Thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time. Story Time! Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment to my page. Here we go. Hi guys, thank you all for tuning into Big Mama Story Time on today. Today I will be reading you Sofia the First. Let the good times troll. All right, guys. This is a watch along. It has a CD, as you all can see. But I'm not going to do the watch along, of course. I'm just going to read the book. All right, let's get started. One day, Princess Sofia, Princess Amber, and Prince James were outside flying kites. "Watch this!" yelled James. He tugged the string and made his kite do a loop-de-loop. Sofia wanted to do a kite trick too, but she wasn't looking where she was going, and oof, she tripped on a rock. Her kite flew up into the sky and then dove down a stairway. As Sofia walked down the stone steps, Amber warned her not to go. "That's where the castle trolls live," Amber explained, "and they're green and creepy, or so I've been told." "It's okay, Soph," James said. "The trolls never come out during the day." Just then, Sofia spotted her kite. "There it is," she said. "Oh, it's torn." Suddenly she heard a sound. Sofia peeked through an opening in some rocks. When something stared back at her, she screamed and ran, leaving her kite behind. She must have saw the troll, y'all. At dinner that night, Sofia wanted to hear more about the castle trolls. James was more than happy to tell the troll's tale. "One night, long ago, when our great-grandpa King Gideon was king, he heard a loud thumping outside the castle. So he went out to see what it was, and right in the courtyard, he saw a bunch of green bug-eyed trolls banging their clubs. James explained that King Gideon called his guards to chase the trolls away and protect the castle. Since that time, a rule said trolls had to stay below the castle while people stayed above. Oh, wow. Okay. The next morning, Sofia woke to hear her kite tapping at the window. "How did it get back up here?" asked Robin. "I don't know," Sofia said. "I left it by the troll cave yesterday." She gasped. "That troll I saw must have brought it back." Then Sofia looked closely at it and noticed the kite's ripped had been fixed. "I'm going to go thank him," she said, jumping out of bed to get dressed. "Oh, that's nice, Sofia, but be careful now." Sofia walked to the cave entrance. "Hello? Mr. Troll? Anyone?" she called. Come out, wherever you are." She stepped inside and crossed the rickety bridge. Suddenly, a little green arm reached out and pulled her backward. "Careful, princess. Some of these planks are really loose," said the troll. Sofia turned and grinned. "You're the troll I saw yesterday?" She held out her hand and said, "Hi, I'm Sofia." "Gnarly," said the troll. "Pleased to meet you. Sofia, did you get your kite?" "So it was you," Sofia said. "I knew it." That was nice of him, y'all. Don't judge a book by its cover. Gnarly showed Sofia around the cave. "Wow, it's beautiful," Sofia said. "Those crystals look just like stars." "That's why we put them there," said Gnarly. "They remind us of the stars," said a tiny voice. Sofia turned to see an adorable little troll. Her name was Teeny. She is tiny. Teeny tiny. Get it, y'all? "The sun is too bright for our eyes, but starlight is just right," explained Gnarly. "We love watching them twinkle and sparkle." "Me too," said Sofia. "But they look at pretend stars when you But why look at pretend stars when you can go outside and see the real ones?" "We're not allowed," said Teeny. Then Gnarly explained what had happened long before in the castle courtyard. The trolls were happily stargazing when all of a sudden the king's guard chased them all away. From then on, the trolls weren't allowed to leave their cave. Wow, that's mean. I heard this story, said Sophia. King Gideon thought the trolls were attacking the castle. Gnarly was stunned. Attacking the castle? He exclaimed. No, we were just looking at the stars. But you were banging your clubs, said Sophia. We bang our clubs when we're happy, said Gnarly. It's our music, added Teeny. Then the trolls played their music for Sophia to show her. Aww. Misunderstandings. Sophia hurried back to the castle to tell James they had been wrong about the trolls. Help me show everyone that they don't need to be afraid of the trolls, she said to her brother. James agreed to help. When Sophia and James found out that a group of acrobats was going to perform after dinner that night, Sophia had an idea. Maybe the trolls could play their music after the performers. Then everyone will see how fun they are, she explained. That evening, Sophia and James snuck the trolls into the castle. Where should they hide? Asked James. There, Sophia said, pointing to a long curtain the trolls could hide behind. Soon it was time for the acrobatic show. The performers jumped and flipped, twirled and tumbled. They even made a human pyramid. Brilliant, cheered James. That is nice. But there's one more surprise for everyone tonight, Sophia said. When the acrobats finished, James pulled back the curtains and revealed the trolls banging their clubs to make their music. King Roland was shocked. Trolls! In the castle! He cried, leaping to his feet. Guards! Guards! Seize those trolls! No, wait! Yelled Sophie. Don't seize them! They're just making music! Listen! But it was no use. The guards went after the trolls, scaring Gnarly, Teeny, and the others out of the castle. How did trolls get into the castle? Demanded King Roland. Sophia admitted that she had brought them. Then she overheard Bailey Wick say that a guard would be posted outside the trolls' cave in the morning so they could never leave it again. Wow. Sophia felt terrible. After what had happened, she wanted to tell the trolls she was sorry and say goodbye before the guards was posted. So that night, she snuck outside and across the castle lawn. She didn't know she had been spotted. Sophia returned to the trolls' cave looking for Gnarly, but someone found her first. Sophia, a voice called. Dad? Said Sophia. What are you doing? He asked. You shouldn't be down here. We must go back at once. It's not safe. At that moment, some loose planks on the bridge snapped. Ah! Cried Sophia and Roland as they plummeted down to the cave floor. Luckily, they landed safely. Then Sophia had a chance to explain to her dad about the trolls' music and how they loved to look at the stars. Just then, Gnarly appeared. Quick! Grab my hand! Your Majesty! He said. Roland looked up to see Gnarly holding onto a rope and lots of other trolls helping pull them up. Once they were back on safe ground, Roland spoke to the trolls. All these years we thought the worst of the trolls. Yet tonight you risked your lives to save ours. You showed as much courage as my bravest knights. I humbly thank you. I'm truly sorry for how you've been treated, but I intend to make it up to you as best I can, starting tonight. It's always good to admit your faults when you are wrong. And as a king, he did humble himself and admit that he was wrong. And that's a wonderful thing, y'all. It's always good sometimes to humble yourself when you're wrong. Admit your faults and move on and try to do better next time. King Roland invited the trolls back to the castle and into the royal observatory. Then he had the roof rolled back to reveal a glorious starry night. Stars, Gnarly said in awe. The king proclaimed that the trolls were welcome to come and look at the stars anytime they wished. That is nice of him. Very nice. Would have been better if he would have never did it, but our choices are our choices. We make them, we gotta live with them and move on. Thank you for helping us see the stars again, Sofia, Gnarly said, giving his friend a hug. Then there was only one thing left to do. Grab a club and make some happy noise. And that's exactly what they did. Alright guys, that was Let the Good Times Troll. I hope you guys liked that book, because I really did. And it was very informative and very educational. Life educational. But I do thank you guys for tuning in. I know I do a lot of commentary. I hope you guys don't mind that. If you do, I'm sorry, but that is how I do the book. But I do thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all for subscribing. I thank you all for liking my videos. I thank you all for whenever you all comment. I just thank you all just for showing your support into my page. And again, bye.